Do words really have power? Our top 5% had two unique dynastic differences. My goal today is to share one idea, one thought, one concept that will have an impact on your life. Your journey, your purpose is remarkable. When I call information, half the time, they say, "Hold on, ma'am, I'll be right with you." Boy. Nearly 15 years ago, I'm a scoutmaster in the Grand Tetons. Have you seen the uniforms that scoutmasters wear? I don't have a very big chin. I've got a little round face, and they don't make your eyes glow when you put on that khaki green and try to inspire 18 kids. And one of those 18 kids, about 10 years later, comes up to you. He's been flatulating around the fire for a week. This sweaty, stinky scout, and he says, "Hi, Kevin, I'd love to marry your oldest daughter." That's the reward you get for being a scoutmaster. I had 18 scouts around a campfire, and that day we were going for a 20-mile hike. Peter Vidmar, he has 2 gold medals in the Olympic Games. He is ripped. He has a 24-pack right here. And we have a rule at our home: never invite the Petester to a pool party with your wife. You don't do it. Because when you're done, you're driving home, she's like, "Boy, that Pete, I mean, you got to start doing some crunches there. You got to get after it, cowboy." He had sent me a study from a Dr. Gerald Bell, and it's called The Study of 4,000. He took 4 years of his life, he interviewed 4,000 retired executive officers, and he asked this question: if you could live your life over again, what would you do differently? They were CEOs. The number one response was, "I would have carved out life goals earlier." Life isn't practice, it's the real thing. Number 2 was health. Health is the first wealth. Number 3 was money. Number 4 was family. There are 8. But number 1 outnumbered the other 7, 2-1. He sent me that study. I shared it with these 18 Boy Scouts. And then I said, whoever wants to go 21 miles instead of just 20, I'll buy you a steak dinner at the $1 Million Saloon. I guess that's legal. In Jackson Hole. If you do that. I had 4 takers. We took off running, me in that beautiful little scout uniform, through the Tetons. As we turned around at 20 and a half miles and we're coming back, here comes a jogger with his beautiful smile, glasses on, and he said, "Are you Scoutmaster Kevin Hall?" In the middle of the Tetons. And I thought, how could a creditor find me here? Boy, they're persistent. And he came up next to me and he said, "Your scouts say you can't read a compass very well. Let me jog you back to String Lake." And I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "North Carolina." "Well, what part of North Carolina?" He said, "Chapel Hill." And I said, "Well, you wouldn't happen to know a Dr. Gerald Bell, would you?" And he looked at me and he said, "Well, I am Dr. Gerald Bell." And then as we jogged back, I said, what are the chances that the very morning that I share that study with 18 scouts, 1 future son-in-law, what are the chances of that? And several hours later, Dr. Gerald Bell, who's from North Carolina, going to Denver, decides to stop in the Grand Tetons and go for a little jog. When you discover your purpose and tap into your unique gifts, you will find people who've been waiting on your path all along. They were just waiting for you to find your path. You know this that I shared, Namaste? Friday, my wife is renting a car. I drop her off. I have an impression, go make sure she's okay. The gentleman who helped her, had a card and it said, "I speak Nepali. Namaste." By the time I found her 20 minutes later at the Enterprise Rent-A-Car in Salt Lake City, he said, "We were destined to meet. This is the design of a higher power. do you know what namaste means? And I shared it with you today. It has been an absolute honor to be here today. I salute the divine within each of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.